The fantasy football playoffs are over, but that doesn't mean you can't set a winning lineup in daily fantasy for Week 17. For my stack, I'm looking for a game that is both competitive and should be high scoring. That means the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So at quarterback, I'm going with Matt Ryan. It may be hard to believe, but the Falcons signal caller is the number 3 fantasy quarterback in terms of total points this season. And he should be throwing to his wide receivers, not Julio Jones, not Calvin Ridley, but I'm going with Mohamed Sanu. He led the Falcons wide receivers in snaps, targets, and catches last week. And with Jones questionable because of a hip injury, he should have a big day against the Buccaneers' shaky pass defense. I also want a piece of the Tampa Bay side of this game too, so I'm going with Peyton Barber as one of my running backs. He's run for touchdowns in 4 of his last 6 games, and the Falcons give up the 3rd most fantasy points to running backs. My other back is going to be Chris Carson of the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL, the Seattle Seahawks. He's averaging over 25 fantasy points in his last 2 games, and he's going to be facing the Arizona Cardinals, who are right up there with the Falcons in their inability to stop running backs. At wide receiver, Robert Woods of the Rams. LA can get a first-round bye in the playoffs with a win, so they'll do what they do best with Todd Gurley questionable, and that's throw the ball. At my other wide receiver, I'm going with Robbie Anderson. He was a DFS pick here last week, and he responded with a touchdown for the 3rd consecutive game. The Jets face a heavily favored Patriots team looking to lock up a bye, so they'll have to throw often. At tight end, Evan Engram of the New York Giants. Odell Beckham is likely out again, and last week, Engram had a season high in receiving yards. Facing the Dallas Cowboys, who can't affect their playoff status either way, don't expect them to play their starters the entire game, which should leave things open for Engram. And by avoiding the really big names, there's still enough salary room left to go with Tyreek Hill in my flex spot. His Kansas City Chiefs can lock up home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs with a win, so expect Patrick Mahomes to look for his favorite target frequently. That means big plays should be plentiful against the Oakland Raiders.